We back with the Encore Podcast. I'm not here today with Poncho, but we are here today with Life of Thom. Super, super dope artist, straight from Washington Heights. One of the most creative sounds that I've heard in like a really long time, especially out in New York.
Thank you.
It's great to be here. It's great to be here with you today, bro. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. Feel like we're in a place to be right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's a great time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Many moments.
Yeah, for sure, bro. So for people who don't know you, who is Life of Thom?
Life of Thom. It's a multi-dimensional being of infinite existence. I come from a place and of a vast terrain unknown to man. You know what I'm saying? It's the Wash Heights Bandits. It's Mr. Big Floor 11. We're here.
Yes, sir. So you have a very interesting sound. I don't know if I could put it into words, but I am curious how you would put your sound into words.
You know, when people ask me this question, I always tell them, like, I don't know, man. Kind of just gotta like listen to the music and figure it out, though.
Yeah.
You know, if I could put it into words, you know, my sound is kind of very. It's like hell bent. You know what I'm saying? It's very, you know, alternative. It's authentic. You know, lots of, feel me. It's heavy bass, percussive. You know, introspective themes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't really like to give it a title, but you know, it's definitely on the alt rap kind of vibe.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Like, there's obviously that influence from hip hop, but like you really made this sound that's your own, and you're always touching on new things. So let's start with the story. How did you wind up getting your start in music, and what were some of the earliest challenges that you encountered then?
You know, I got my start in music a couple years ago. I was just finishing high school and pretty much wanted to, you know what I'm saying, wanted to figure out just like, how do I get my nudge in this shit, you know, actually coming to make music, feel me? I was recording out my bedroom, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know. So like, I didn't know you had to go to a studio to record.
Yeah.
That ass, like, I didn't even know you need an engineer. I just knew like, damn, I gotta make the music. So I just had a scammer friend just like send mad studio shit from Amazon to the crib.
Got the fat refund on
that. Bro. You know, and pretty much went to YouTube Academy for like 2 years straight and was just recording shit out this USB mic. And then, you know, that pretty much began to build traction when I was in school. And once I was out, like my, you know, midway through my junior year, feel me, I just met like these homies that was really in tune with the industry, and you know, from there I was fucking with them, and they was booking me to all these crazy shows and shit, and you know, it was like, you know, it was an up climb, you know what I'm saying? I had met some, feel me, homies back then that was kind of like mentoring, guiding me, you know what I'm saying? Shit went left now, but feel me, they was, you know, a part of, you know, the beginning of that, feel me? And you know, challenges all stumbled from things of like, oh, where am I gonna go next, you know, with this shit? You know, it's when it's so new.
Where next in terms of your sound, in terms of like where you're performing, all that type of stuff?
I would say all those, you know what I'm saying? Because when I first got introduced to this shit, dogs, I remember I was like 17, feel me, my junior year of high school, when my boy, shout outs Matt Bond, asked me to come down to South by Southwest as he saw me perform at an open mic, and you know, his company down there was activating, and he was like, yo, I'll put you on a bill, and it was 2 joints, feel me? And I remember one of the joints had me, Topaz Jones, Latasha Alcindor, IOD, a couple other homies, and that was like the start, you know what I'm saying? That's I pretty much was like, that whole rest of the year was getting booked to
after that started it. South by Southwest, I can only imagine just being surrounded by a culture like that, and just being surrounded by everybody who's all making active steps in, for sure. For sure, all those showcases and everything. Man. I still haven't been, but I know
it's a chaos riot, you know. It'd be crazy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we returning back this year, you know what I'm saying, gonna go do the good thing in Austin, but
you going, bro?
I'm hype.
For sure, bro. So in terms of your early fan base, like, how did you go about building your earliest fans and making like a real connection with them?
Yo, I deadass was like performing at all these open mics and all these different venues, and literally was just, you know, it was so cool because like the underground a couple years ago was, I feel it was so like, there was such a new, rich, refreshing feeling. You know, it was like all these different artists from different backgrounds. Was
like, what years are we talking? Like 2019 type shit?
20, like? I would say 2017 to 2020. Okay. You know, those 3 years was like, there's so much new talent, new faces, you know, new sounds. And I got close with the peoples, you know, I was connecting with. Like, all of us was like showing up to everyone's show, like, yo, we out to this nigga show, yo.
Oh, really?
We out to his shit. And it's because we all knew one way or another we gonna meet new networks, feel me? We all here to support each other. And at that was before, you know, homies was talking to labels, homies was getting real traction. So, feel me, I just stuck out in that way, and I became, you know, close with the people that I'm looking for. So now, you know, they looking for me.
Got you. So, yeah. So you had a real community that, so I don't really hear this story too much where it's like other artists that really form a community with each other and then they really go to each other's shows, really pop out for each other. Cause I know those first earliest shows are really difficult to have like a solid fan base there. So y'all found the group that like you were really supporting like that.
Yeah, it was, you know, and I won't even say it was group. It's just like a hub of artists, you know, just doing their own thing, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's kind of like no difference now, you know, with the homies that's lit and shit. Like, we dead just see each other at shit like, oh, yo, oh, yeah, you're headlining tonight, right? Yeah. Oh, fire. I'll be upstairs and guess just
that's
chilling.
Dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know, back then it was basically the same shit. We was just support, because we all knew like one way or another, you know, without that shit, how we gonna take shit beyond the father.
For sure. So for you have such a unique sound, and I know that sound came with experimenting a lot, right?
Facts.
Yeah, for sure. So for you, when you were first starting and even now, how do you look at experimenting and balancing finding your own sound with sort of also appeasing maybe your fans you already have, but also maybe a more generalized community?
Well, one, I don't make music for consumerism at all. Like, if that was the case, bro, I don't even think I'd be here right now. You know what I'm saying? Though, you know, a lot of my shit just came from experimenting, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, off a lot of just acid, shrooms and shit. Like playing a bunch of Flying Lotus, listening to like Sade and shit, just like.
Wait, what's Flying Lotus? I'm unfamiliar.
Word?
I'm unfamiliar.
Oh shit!
Damn, I just.
Yo, what Flylo is like? That's the GOAT, man. He's like the king of just bending sounds and
really,
you know, creating different sound waves, and you know, he sparked the bridge for a lot of artists today, you know, like myself. And for me, I listen to his shit. You know, I listen to artists like Timbo. For me, you know, I listen to Linkin Park. For me, all those influences and just experimenting, you know, it allowed me to narrow down. And you know, I realized everybody always told me like, yo, if you really want to stand out in this shit, you have to be yourself. And the thing was, like, in school, when I was younger and shit, like, I was never really listening to what everybody was listening to. Like, I ain't really bumped Travis Scott till like 2020. I keep it a stack. Feel me? I ain't really, you know, I ain't really bumped Drake till like 2019. You know, I was really just listening to mad beats on SoundCloud for years. A lot of beats by like crates from Jay Dilla, back to back, crates from, you know, DJ Premier. Feel me? And, you know, I guess with all that and just where my head always been at, I just always kept it original. Yeah,
because you mentioned being yourself, but a lot of people don't know who they are. So for you, how did you find yourself as a person and also as a creative? I
just experienced, man.
Yeah.
That I was like, you know, we all been through hell and back in some form of way. So it was just, you know, and many of the times I bounced back from the craziest deficits in my life, you know, or even enjoying the highest, you know, wins for what was in the moment, you know, just seeing how my being is like in that, you know what I'm saying? It made me realize like, yo, you know, there's a greater purpose in all the things I experience, and that's life. So that humbles me and gives me that, you know, remembrance every time. For sure. Do you experience fear when you drop these sounds that are just unfamiliar with the general public? You know, I wouldn't even say it's fear. I think like releasing music to the public can be a very scary thing.
Yeah.
Just because, like, people you don't know, it's like, feel me, this even go back to the question you asked before, like, you know, with the audience now and the audience then, you know, I don't know if y'all gonna resonate with this new shit for real. I don't know if, you know, what I was doing 3-4 years back that built such a solid fan base is gonna hit, you know, now with the churn that I took, you know what I'm saying? And so I see it more as like you gotta take risk. You gotta take risk, man. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the greatest inventors in this life and, you know, craziest tech, it's all risk. So it's like I don't even think fear is really what it is. It's, shit can be scary, but you know, you gotta just put this shit out.
Yeah.
And just make sure people resonate.
I'm sure there's a lot of times that you've dropped things or haven't dropped things that you've gotten a lot of criticism for, or just sort of, you know, just negative feedback. For you, how do you handle that feedback?
You know, my whole life, now I think about it, when it came to feedback in general, like I was always someone that like, I used to be reactive, you know what I'm saying? And I'm real with myself to admit that, feel me? Cause like, I always used to bullshit and be like, nah, you bugging out, da-da-da. Though, once I realized it's like, I'd rather be, you know, in a state of present, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just like here in this moment instead of, you know, reacting and spring out of emotion. When people gave criticism, you know, or give criticism on my work, you know, now or then, I just take it as like, okay, word, that's a perspective I wasn't seeing. And, you know, I think that's something that reduces a lot of just extra shit, you know, you feeling a type of way or pettiness or, you know, emotions that you don't really need to garner up for me, like foster up, like I just see it as like, word, you know, you seen that, dope, I ain't really see that. Yeah, nah, I definitely hear that. I mean, it's a skill to take feedback and criticism at a certain point. So do you have any specific advice and maybe artists who are struggling to manage negative feedback? Yo, I was just be yourself, man. Like that's really it. Like my shit is like the ears of wisdom is only open to the words of wisdom only open to the ears of understanding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's, you know, what they saying, like keep an open ear. You never know. Feel me? It could be one small feedback that could change a whole record, your life.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, I definitely feel that. So what about moments of creative block for you? Do you experience those?
Yo, facts. I literally just came out of one actually. Yeah, I was on tour, a couple dates, and I was also just wrapping up this project, and I like found myself in a pickle for a few weeks. Like everything I was writing was not hitting, and what helped me get out of it was just experience. You can't fight these things, yo. Gotta let that shit flow through you, man.
Yeah.
That ass.
What kind of experience for you kind of helps you get out of creative blocks?
Shit like this.
Yeah.
It's like having interviews, you know, having, you know, thoughtful conversations, you know, having new experiences for me, even just traveling to places. I was just like, for me, even a trip to like the mountains or going to, you know, LA, switching up the environment, that'd be helping. Yeah, for sure. And you are an incredible performer. Thank you.
Like actually incredible. Like literally the energy you bring on stage is just fucking insane. Like some of your earliest videos in your Instagram, I could tell that's like a crowd that probably wasn't your own because it's one of your first performances. Yep. And I could tell that you have the people in the front kind of like, yo, what? Yeah. Like, what's going on here? Yeah. So for you, do you have like a secret for prepping yourself to get to the point of giving a good performance?
I'm gonna be honest, I get asked this question all the time, and no, I don't. The thing is, I just don't get nervous because this shit is my job. It's my life. Like every moment, every second, I'm working towards something. You know, this is the purpose. So when I'm on that stage, it's like, all right, well, it's go time. Gotta complete the mission. Come off, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. But no ritual for you. Nothing that really you.
I think like if all right, yeah. I mean, I don't really do it much anymore, but like it's just because it's so ingrained, it's so normal to me. Like for me, if I'm performing that day, I'm gonna, you know, obviously meditate. You know what I'm saying? I do a little breath sesh. You know, get in a state of calmness. I drink some chai, go on a walk, read, shit that gonna calm me down. But that's like regular shit every day. Feel me? So,
see, yeah, you said obviously meditate, and for a lot of people that is not obvious for them. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought that was interesting. So how important has doing those sort of practices of self-awareness, of patience, like how do you incorporate that into your life?
Well, it's like there's many different forms of these things. You know what I'm saying? We all have different ritual forms, and there's different forms of meditation. Someone sitting by a pond listening to music is a form of meditation for them. Someone taking a long walk by the valley is a form of just stillness for them. So I think these are things outside of just preparing for things we should just apply in our everyday mindfulness. That's what keeps us warm and in our foundations grounded, essentially.
For sure, I definitely feel that. I mean, I downloaded Calm and I paid for the extra whatever tier to get everything. Yeah. For me, actually, it literally has been life changing. Like, meditation has always been something I kind of pushed to my side in my personal life, but I've found a way to sort of incorporate it in a way that works. And it's not a full meditation with my eyes closed and blanking out everything. Right. Those guided meditations really do something. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. The daily calms for me are a cheat code. It's just like every day there's new ones. They're 7 minutes long. You listen to them and it fires.
Hey, whatever works for you, whatever's the hook to reel you in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what are some of the biggest or greatest accomplishments you felt that you've accomplished so far in your career?
Yo, man. Oh, man. I list a couple. I feel like just like winning this I did this like dope ASCAP thing recently. I won like this award for them. It's like this R&B
what was
thing. I came on board as a producer for this like dope writers competition, and I don't know, whoever the mentor was, shout outs Eric, man. He put on the best team and we smoked that shit. That shit was fire. I think getting like a sync for the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Really? You got to sing for the NFL? I didn't see that.
Yeah. No, I was recently for me. That's gonna be public soon.
Oh yeah. Oh dope, bro. Yeah, congrats on that. Yeah,
that's a joint I produced for a homie. I just put the joint out. It's going crazy.
Yeah. How do you think you got that opportunity?
It was really it's through the artist sync firm. I think it was like United
so
Masters.
You give it to them, you submit it to them, and they'll like pitch it for you, and
so essentially like it was a song that I co-produced for the artist, and which the distribution label they working with, they have their own sync department that they was just pitching shit, and one of them got picked up, and that's I think that's UM do a lot of that, so shout outs to them on that tip. Though I also say like opening up for Wyclef Jean, like that guy's a fucking goat.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Putting out a fucking full-fledged 10-track album I produced by myself, wrote, engineered.
Because you produce for yourself and a lot of other artists as well, right?
Yeah,
you do. So this is one of Pancho's favorite questions. Shout out Pancho. What are some, how do you say it, bro?
Shout out on my own podcast.
Yeah. This is the first shout out on your own podcast that you're not here for. What are some of the things that artists do to shoot them on their foot?
Yo, bruh, comparisons. Clip that shit, bro. Clip that shit. Clip that shit right now. Clip that shit yesterday. Clip that shit tomorrow. Shit not good. 2, get your rest. We dead ass. Like I'm the biggest, for me, advocate for it. I'm horrible at going to sleep at a 1:30 the latest, for me. But rest is important. Need that shit, especially if you want great ideas. And that's what I was gonna say. And to your creative block question, like that lack of sleep is what really be creating that shit. OD. Bumping into walls. You know what I'm saying? If you can't keep putting your mix on this any further, or your points or perspective on a song you're working on, you just keep running into the same wall, put it down. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you feel me? You're just suffering at that point, but like shit like envy, you know what I'm saying? Jealousy, it's all small things we all experience, like dead ass on some human shit. Though some of us have a tendency to let those things out more than others, and I think that shit can turn you real bitter, salty, and essentially fuck up your whole shit. Like, I drop all that shit instantly.
Yeah. Nah, that definitely makes sense. Bro,
for sure. And lastly, just eating unhealthy. That ass having bad diet.
Yeah.
Having a bad diet. What? You know what I mean? Rappers, bro. You know what I mean? Artists, I know that, like, they be sick. Like, was about to go on tour, gotta, you know, push it a week because they sick. For me, was supposed to perform here because they sick, you know, trying to create fire, but they're sick. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is in and out hospital beds for me, trying to just get a little quick up.
That diet will help you really maintain your health, bro. It's not even close. Yeah, I know you was talking about vegan chopped cheeses on the side note. I wasn't a vegan chopped cheese, bro. It's a side note, but
wow, that's simple. Oh, fire. Here we go. All right, vegan chopped cheese, bro. That shit, yo, shout outs Plantega. They put the simple, like, Beyond Meat, you know what I'm saying, and then whatever else that you throw in a chopped cheese, substitute the cheese for vegan cheese. Boom, feel me? It's like, you know, in mine, I like pico de gallo in mine, tomatoes, lettuce, you know what I'm saying, you know, extra cheese, you know, Vato up the block, he gonna sprinkle some vegan nacho cheese in that shit.
Oh yeah,
fire.
Nah, that sounds fire.
Dope, bro. It's so good. But yeah, it's vegan chopped cheese.
Yeah, nah, that's dope, bro. So back to your career. You're somebody that collaborate. I just had to know, bro. I saw you talking about.
Bro, it's good. It's good. Like, I would definitely, I would have them shits all the time.
Yeah, word. So back to your career. So you're somebody that collaborates a lot.
Yeah.
If you scroll down your feed, you see so many people that you've worked with, so many of your boys, other people that have put you on. So how do you look at collaboration in your career?
Collaborating is necessary, man. I remember someone broke it down to me like this, but let's say you have all these connections, right? You know, all these people. Feel me? From a marketing stance, you want your fans to know that you and this person are connected, that y'all actually, you know each other in real life. Why? Because this goes back to the fact that fans be nosy, man. You know, they want to get closer to you. So supporters seeing, you know, you working with XYZ, that who they really fuck with, you know, their eyes grow wider and they're like, bro, I'm more in, you know what I'm saying? I want to support more of this shit. So, feel me? Aside, and that's just that. Bro, I just love to cook. I love to create, man. You know, I be inspired. I get inspired easily, feel me? You know, I get in a room with some of my favorite artists, you know, and we leave out 8 hours later with straight slappers, and it's cool because I'm thinking like, man, I can't wait to put this shit out for people to hear this, bro. Like, this nigga's fans is gonna gravitate towards it. My shits, and when they combine, it's like, oh my god, they just gonna want more. You know what I'm saying? It's that excitement for me. It's the excitement. It's, you know, it's the whole the story of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that that's history literally being made, and that's created with other people.
For
you know
sure.
What I'm saying? Towards a similar direction in life.
Yeah. So for you, how do you choose your collaborators? Do you do it mostly on talent, on sort of fan bases, on friends?
It be varying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm my own. I be having my own little, like, you know, ways of picking things out that make the most sense for me, you know, at the moment. Feel me? I feel when I first started this show, I was really, it's a little opposite, but I was being really specific and picky with who I was cooking up with. You know what I'm saying? I make sure, like, all right, they got some traction, cool, you know what I'm saying? You know, they got some numbers, dope, sounds dope. For me, ultimately, it always goes back to music. Music gotta be dope. I could really give a shit how many numbers you have or how big your fan base is or whatever. If your shit fire, I already know one day what you want is gonna happen for you. So it's gonna be dope when we both have music out, you know what I'm saying? And all these new supporters is devouring it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care much for it, but obviously, you know, on a obvious, I'm not about to just cook up some joint with somebody I don't know, you know. So there'd be people always, bro. If I go on my DMs, shit flooded, you know. Niggas always trying, yo, get on my video, bro. Like, how much your features this nigga for me? And I'm just like, cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not really interested in that.
You gotta be what's the word? You gotta be what's the hell? You gotta be discerning. Feel me? And I just discern what works best for me. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? But it's all down to just creative potential. Yeah. You know, if your shit's fire, you know, you got some cool movement, man. Like you really your shit dope. Let's go. Like, let's see what we can make. You know
for sure.
Never know.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if you're in the studio with somebody, or maybe if you're not in the studio with somebody, how do you approach inputting your opinion on things that you're maybe not too fond of? Or
I mean, if we're close, I'm all the way up in your face like, yo, bro, respectfully, that verse was ass. Yeah. Do it again, please. Feel me? Though if I don't really know you like that, I'm not going to get up in your face. You know what I'm saying? If you're open to receiving it, if I already pre that, you know, if I peep that, you know, I won't need to nudge my way and be like, hey, bro, can I make a comment? It's more like, yo, bro, I think this shit fire. Though, like, could I, like, add you know what I'm saying, an incentive on this? And then if, you know, person's comfortable, yeah, you know, I'll apply that, you know, because I want people to do the same thing for me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And in terms of the quantity of things that you drop, how do you look at the quantity of things that you drop? Yo, so this is like something that's been I've fully changed my perspective on this as of like this last month or so. You know, I was always somebody, I'm very careful on my releases, you know what I'm saying, especially with who I'm working with now. We're just taking a different approach to things, though. The thing at the end of the day is going to carry our artists and what's going to create your legacy is the music. And it's not about how much, it's not about what it is, it's about just putting it out, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm someone that wants to have libraries of music, you know, catalogs. So, feel me, it's all about just dropping right now for me. Just drop. You know, I put out this joint, feel me, bang, you know, about 2 months ago. And I'm ready to just put out the next joint, you know, got the next joint ready, the next joint. Before, when I put out Floor 11, I had took like about a good almost a year on not releasing on Spotify and Apple. Though I had other releases existing on like Web3, music, NFT, shit like that. You know, this was just like other, you know, random loosies and shit. But in that time, I realized like, damn, I got all this new music. And this was like back in maybe September, October, when me and the team was just like figuring out the rollout for next year. And we like, yo, you got a lot of music, bro. Like, you need to put these shits out. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? Because that's a new fan every time. And that's new growth and a moment that by the time it comes to you to drop these joints, you're going to look at those joints like, damn, why those ain't put out? Why I ain't put those out? At the end of the day, I'm someone that also doesn't make music for anyone but myself. You know, it's very therapeutic. So there's some joints I don't mind if no one ever hears. For real. You know, that's therapy for me. Yeah. Nah, that makes sense. Damn. I mean, you mentioned a little bit earlier Web3. Yeah. So I know you dropped a song as an NFT, correct? Yeah. So how do you think creatives or artists should look at Web3 in the future of the industry? Yo, is that just another asset? Like, that's really what it is. It's just another asset for me. I've been in the Web3 space since 2021. I've dropped 3 music NFTs. They've all sold and been collected successfully. My highest mint for music NFT was 1 ETH. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Catalog Works. You know what I'm saying? Alex Cyber, that's the dude. It's all about community, man. Yeah. That's what it is to me. It's community. It's over on, you know, the Web3 side. You know, there's politics to such extent, though I feel it's helped me understand that, like, damn, there's some constraints and, you know, structures to these platforms that we abide by, you know, on this side of things that, you know, in the long term, they're probably not fair. You know what I'm saying? Though on this end, I really feel you don't gotta, you make your own rules, and that's in Web3 you're life. Saying? Yeah. In Web3, you know, you make your own rules, you know, and that's, you make your own rules with anything, bro. You know what I mean? But these platforms push that. You know what I'm saying? These platforms on
the Web3 platforms, you're saying? Yeah.
They really push it. I feel like Web 2 platforms, they don't really, it's just steak and butter. You know what I'm saying? Like bubblegum chewed up.
Yeah, that is very true, bro. Because the Web3 is just like the potential for it and like the future of it and how you're telling your story with it is completely like there's no rules to it.
Yeah, there's no. You feel me? You make your own rules with that shit. I done seen artists. Man, I know this artist that sold a music video for 15 ETH on Zora. Shorty made like 60 grand off a video that dropped 3 years ago. Wow. Shorty, bro, I know someone that raised a whole entire record deal 2 summers ago when the market was jumping. Yeah, you see that, right?
1 ETH, 1,600.
And that's right now. That's right now that the market's down. Imagine when the market was up, yo. Feel me? When ETH was almost at 4 or 5 bands.
Yeah, bro. Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah.
What do you think some artists should think about before they work their way into that world?
Just like see how much sense it makes for you. You know, when I came into it, I also started studies for crypto and just like financial literacy in general. So I went in blind-eyed, feel me, no different than with this music shit. Feel me, I went in pretty blind-eyed, but you know, it's your intention. I'll get that. I'll check that straight. Because I feel a lot of people, there's a lot of artists that I've observed that come in this space and they made their sales and they dip after the money was made.
Yes.
So, it makes you question like, all right, who's really about it, who's really not? And you really see that now, especially in a very bearish market.
Yeah, that's like betraying your fans if you're doing something like that, bro. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, what were your goals when you stepped into the Web3 space?
Bro, it was... Damn, I was waiting for somebody to ask this. It was literally like, okay, how can I expand myself on such a new platform? 2, how can I utilize all the assets that will only invest and feed further into my career now? And 3, what is the impact that I can create, that'll create a grander resolve, with this music shit in general? It's kind of like Pandora's box was opened up, this little mystery that we all been aiming to figure out, and those very same goals have been and are reflective today.
Yeah. I noticed you dropped 1.
Yes.
Like as like 1 at a time, I mean, right?
Yeah. I be dropping. I'm about to shout out Sound XYZ. I'm doing a drop on there the 27th of this month. And some of these marketplaces you could do editions, so it's like more than one, and you're doing for a certain price, and at the end, you have all this ETH collected. Feel me? So, there's different marketplaces that do it different than others. I know some that are just one of one, literally, slapped up. But yeah.
Word. Well, I got one more question for you before we get to our jar of deep ass questions. For you, how do you measure success in your life? Do you have any metrics that you try to focus on, or how do you know if like I'm doing things right, moving in the right directions?
I measure success by how much I'm not bothered. Like, if I'm doing my thing, I don't got any crazy life shit happening that's distracting me from my purpose. There's a flow, there's motion. Everything every day is centered around every destination I keep coming into. Bro, we good.
Yeah. No, I love that you said that, by how much I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
That's so opposite of what a lot of people think. You're measuring how much you're not something. When people,
it's because,
that makes a lot of sense.
When you doing what you love, man, and you at the peak of it, and you just keep going up with it, how can you be bothered? How can I be bothered? You know what I'm saying? If I don't have any crazy life situations bringing me down, how can I possibly be moved by anything else negatively? I'm chilling. I'm doing what I gotta do. Let's go.
Bro, that's probably my favorite answer I've heard on the show so far with that, bro. I love
Appreciate
that.
You.
Yeah, how much you're not bothered. Yeah, that's very unique to you, bro. I love that.
Thank you, man.
I'll take the new joints.
Oh, you got new ones. I bet. Say like.
Oh, let's go.
So we got our jar of deep ass questions, all things related to life, the music industry, and everything in between. So
deep ass
yeah,
questions.
I guess I'm dumping all these shits out. Put those later. See what we got. Let's see what we got. We got some new jars in our jar. I bet.
Oh,
damn, Pancho, I can't really read your handwriting that well, but I'm gonna do my best. I bet.
I came at you like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I bet. So, what % of your decisions are rooted in passion versus business?
Oh shit, that's a question that's, you know, over the last year or so or two, that something that's changed though. It's a blend. I would say like that be, you know, because your passions can be the drive to certain decisions for your business, you know, or in a, you know, in that frame. So I say it'd be like half and half. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that just don't make sense on a business matter. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not doing that. Though sometimes my passion speaks louder than the business. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. We there. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Percent.
Oh, okay.
I feel you.
50-50.
It's 50-50, yeah? Yeah.
50-50.
That makes sense, bro. So what is one belief you had in the past that stunted your growth?
Oh, man, it was that I need to be grinding every single day and that I need to be in constant motion and movement. Bro, that's bullshit. That's like the craziest shit ever. Are you shitting me? When you still moving, you know what I'm saying? That whole grind, sleep till I die mindset, bro, that shit will burnout is real. I experienced that, you know, towards the ending of 2022, coming into, you know, this coming year, you know, fresh off back to back shows, it's back to back stew, etc. It's real. I wouldn't wish that even upon my worst enemy. So yeah, that, and ever since I changed up the mindset, I feel more free in like my schedule and my time, and also like it takes off pressure. I do a lot, so the pressure be on.
That makes a lot of sense, bro. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean, because it makes sense, because when you reach that point of burnout, sometimes it lasts for a while. Like if you keep yourself in a state where you're able to sort of maintain inspiration and productivity and not feel that sense of burnout, then that makes a lot of sense, bro.
Yeah, man.
I feel that.
No, everybody gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta make a way.
Yeah, and it's just not realistic at times, because there's, you know, you're gonna have days where you have to take a step backwards, or things aren't going this way. You got
the journey's like this.
You can't.
Feel me? You know, you can't think you grind every day just gonna keep you up there, because at the end of the day, you want this just gradually going up. It's not supposed to just be a super duper straight line, bro. And if that's what you think grinding every day is gonna do for you, then sheesh. I feel that. You're gonna go through it.
I feel that. We got 2 more.
And don't get me wrong, grind, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were like, can you read the question? Okay, yeah. So, how did you cultivate the mindset to do what you do?
Damn, that's a good one. Better on better. Everything got to be better on better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I watch Naruto, and like I see how like Naruto, feel me? He got something inside of him everybody's scared of. You know, he really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know what Naruto is. I'm a big Naruto fan.
Yeah, I don't really watch, but...
Okay, yeah. Well, you know, this kid is basically shunned from his village, and he has this demon beast in him, you know, and, feel me, he got this big dream to become, like, their village's, like, leader, you know what I'm saying? And his thing was to make sure everything is better on better, you know, no failures, you feel me? And that's something that I always stuck with. And so, you know, knowing that I was gonna embark on something in my life, this is a very high end risk lifestyle, I had to understand, with having a mindset like that, it's only gonna build me to become stronger. You know, it's only gonna build me to become more tact, feel me? And even when my back was up against the wall on some of the craziest things, that's like my resolve in my mind. And I play that over and over. And that, you know, I'm thinking about now the closest people in my life, feel me? Because I want to be better on better, you know what I'm saying? And that mindset has carried me to be in this very same room right now having this conversation with you.
Damn, that's beautiful, bro. That's something like that you grew up really with a passion for, could inspire you like that for sure. Yeah, because I mean, like, there's a lot of stories that are, you know, just purely fictional stories, and those stories could really, like, for me, sometimes I always feel like I have to watch things that are just like podcasts of people speaking, but like sometimes it's just like the fictional stories that give you inspiration. That, you know, so that makes a lot of sense,
man.
Bro.
Yo, shout out to Naruto, bro. That's the best shit ever.
Yeah. Last question of the night, bro. How you feeling? And
we're here.
I don't know how to process that, but okay.
We're here. I feel amazing.
We're here. I bet. So, at what point in your life did you truly believe you could be successful?
That was literally as soon as I grabbed the mic, man, and made something of myself. I was just like, bro, what?
As soon as you grabbed the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That ass. As soon as I put a pen to pad, as soon as I spit a rhyme, you know, the vision just came, and I was like, yo, I could do something with this, you know. The moment people was resonating with my music, people just resonating with me, you know, having dope conversations that's helping people expand in their life, I realized, like, yo, we gonna be some shit. We gonna make something out of ourselves.
So was it that you noticed you had a special talent, or that you found an outlet for your creativity and your?
It was just it was finding an outlet that allowed me to discover these talents. You know what I'm saying? And once that came in for real, I really, you know what I'm saying, I felt like the man on top of the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's that one small feeling, you know, that changes it all for you, and I can never go back. You know what I'm saying? Everything before was so different, you know, and this is what it is now, and my only job is just keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? And bringing shit beyond myself, though not as myself, because I want to see a new story for me that I didn't even think was even possible. Facts.
It's a beautiful note to end it on, bro.
Thank you, man.
Well, thank you for joining us. This was a great episode of the Encore Podcast without Poncho, but we're here today with Life of Thom. Thank you so much for joining us, bro. Where can we find you on social media?
Hey, yo, man, check me out. Life of Thom, Life of THOM. Feel me? Y'all go bump that bang. New music coming, man. Mr. Big Floor 11, Uptown shit.
Yes, sir. We out, bro.
Let's go.